I'm really in my zone. All my niggas getting cheese like it's provolone. They ain't with us out the bottom, so they'll never know. Even through trial and error, gotta keep yourself composed. Feel like me, little bitch, I'm chasing all my dreams.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video on the Big Steph channel, and we're here after Arsenal's 1-0 victory at Old Trafford, doing the double over Manchester United for the first time since 2006, 2007. Not probably our most convincing performance, but a win nonetheless for the Gunners.
That's all that matters at this stage, man.
First of all, can I get your name?
Ace. Jesse.
Jesse. No, guys, going into that game and seeing the lineups, especially from Manchester United, I thought it was going to be a very convincing victory for us. I honestly,
we were going to run rampant, man. Honestly, I thought we were going to destroy them. But I hate Manchester United. I'll be honest. I don't like any of the other big six, to be completely honest with you. But one thing I do know about Manchester United is that they're a proud team. They weren't going to let us come into their house, take their food and all that stuff, and get a 4-0, 5-0 win like they got embarrassed at Crystal Palace. Like, I saw the game on Monday, and I knew whatever happens on Sunday, it's going to be tough. So we grinded it out. We got the win. It wasn't the way I would have preferred, but, hey, 3 points is 3 points. We need to get to 89 and do as much as we can to win the title.
I agree. What about you, Jesse?
Yeah, I mean, not the best performance. You know that they're going to come out hot at Old Trafford. This season, though, I don't know the last time we did this. When was the last time that Arsenal did not lose a game against any Big Six team in the Premier League in a season?
I know we can officially say that. No losses against the top six.
No losses. Right? The double against United. Right? Four points. And not only that, not only not losing. How about beating every single team this season? Beating every single team and not losing. Okay?
We still might not win the league title, like I heard you were about to say.
Tottenham, I know you guys hate us, whatever. If you guys are seeing this, please turn up against City on Tuesday. I know the rivalry, yeah, North London, whatever. Please turn up on Tuesday. Y'all need Champions League. We need this title. Do something. Do something. Anything. A draw, whatever. A clean sheet. Please. Something. I hate begging y'all. Please. Anything.
No, I know we want to touch on a little bit of the performance. I thought today, going forward in that midfield, we lacked just getting on the ball a little bit. And Martin Odegaard, I think, could have played a little bit better as well as Declan Rice. What do you think about us going forward? And does that goal difference concern you? Know that Man City put 4 past Fulham, have Spurs to play, have West Ham to play, teams that are really prone to leaking goals?
Here's the thing. I think the goal difference is a little bit less important. Number one, let me touch on the creativity first in the midfield. I thought we lacked a lot of creativity today. I thought Partey's passing was poor. I mean, look, the number 6 job is not to be that creative guy, it's to clean it up. I thought Rice, again, he really just kept it simple, and I thought he was actually better on his off-ball runs than he was on the ball today. And, I mean, outside of Odegaard and Saka on the ball, how many off-ball guys do we really want? Do we want? I mean, Havertz clearly isn't the best on the ball, and we saw that today. The time he got on the ball a couple times with space, obviously, hitting Trossard was great. But a lot of times him checking in, his passes were off. So my only thing is, if we're going to have multiple off-ball players, then we need our creative players to be at their top notch. They weren't today. And that was a little bit concerning today. And I just thought, again, we lacked the creativity passing. Every time that we had the ball possession, we always need to pass the ball back to the defense to reset. We never went and advanced the ball forward. And the only times that I saw any creativity was us switching plays to be able to hit our wingers and then be able to drive. There wasn't enough of it.
1,000%. I agree with you 100%, Jesse. And I was talking to my brother next to me the whole game. I thought Declan Rice, when he got forward, we saw him play it to Trossard, put Wan-Bissaka on the floor. Yeah. Odegaard, when he got that chance, drop Amrabat, Saka has a chance. We have those creative players that could have caused that spark today. Yeah. Do you think not getting enough goals today, I know you said it was a proud ground, you know Manchester United won't have let us walk over us, but would that come back to bite us?
I don't know. I really, really hope not. In the back of my mind, I mean, Tottenham are also a proud club. I think they're not going to let City walk all over them. Maybe City comes in there and does the job, but I know this for a fact. They haven't won at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
They haven't scored even. They haven't even scored there.
Yeah, they haven't even scored there. So if Tottenham just shows up and does their job and is proud of their fans on that Tuesday night or whatever, then I think City might struggle. But again, they're a tough team to beat. So I think the goal difference, it's troubling. Don't get me wrong. I think them playing West Ham on that Sunday, next Sunday, it's a little worrying to me. But you know, we got Everton. Everton's already secured safety this season. Just like a couple of years ago, I think we played them the last game of the year and did a 5-0 on them.
Yeah, I think it was 2 seasons ago.
I want to hop in here really quick. The goal difference isn't going to matter anymore. Look, we are +3, 61 to 58. If they don't draw, if they win both games, the goal difference doesn't matter. If they do draw, then we're +3 into the last game. Or if they draw against in their last game, we're +3 into it. So to me, the goal difference doesn't matter. If we can't win in the last day, up 3 goals, then there's a bigger problem with the way that we're going to handle pressure situations at the end of the year. So the goal difference to me doesn't matter anymore. And also the performance. And this isn't week 3, this isn't week 5. The performance doesn't matter either. This is week 37. The job is to get 3 points. We got 3 points. I know you want to probably touch upon the defense.
I thought the defense was absolutely outstanding. Thank you for leading me perfectly into that. I thought William Saliba today was outstanding. Anything that was going down his side, he cleaned out well. Whether that be Garnacho going that side, whether it be Hoyland trying to get the best of him, I thought William Saliba was absolutely outstanding. What do you think about Saliba? And if it's not Saliba, who would be your man of the match?
It's Saliba, but I think Ben White guarding Garnacho is probably second there. Both of them were really outstanding. I mean, Saliba, if you had to do player ratings, probably a 9. Ben White second best at an 8 there. And everyone else probably a step below that. Gabriel was also very good. But again, everyone else really a step below.
I mean, he took the words right out of my mouth. Saliba was definitely man of the match. Amazing defensive performance. A step below, I would say that you had Ben White doing his job. The defense held up. They did their job. Everyone on defense should be proud of themselves. It was a gritty game. Man United, they didn't have a lot of scoring threat, but the scoring threat that they did have was neutralized by our back four, and I'm very proud of us for that.
Absolutely.
I want to touch on one more thing on our defense. Believe the last 11 games away, only one time have we not kept a clean sheet.
And that was against Spurs, and we should have kept a clean sheet there as well.
We should have. Our defense away has been phenomenal this season, and I think we spoke about it a long time ago. And you said, "Can Arsenal in the league?" I said, "Our defense is as good as anyone, and we could hold with anyone, even on our not best days." And that was an example.
And like you also said, you touched upon a few times ago. If we take our chances, and that's what we've been doing, we've been taking our chances. Trossard, someone that we've been talking about. Trossard stepped out another massive goal. How do you feel about Trossard personally?
Trossard has been so. There's a few of my friends that I chat with online. They were trying to think of like superlative awards, and one of them was for like a 12th man of the year, a guy that normally plays on the bench but comes in and does a job. For me, that guy is Trossard all day long. Leandro Trossard is one of the best subs or super sub traditional players in the entire Premier League.
And even as a starter, we saw that's 3 goals in 3 straight weeks or something like that, or two, at least 2 and 2. 17 goals in all competitions for someone who started on the bench in limited minutes, came in when Martinelli hasn't been in form, and he's absolutely shown pure quality. So Trossard is another guy I'd want to throw in the hat for man of the match.
He legitimately gives Arteta something to worry about who to start on that left side. I mean, they're all good problems for us, but Martinelli's been the guy that's been starting week in, week out for us at the left on the left wing, but now he's playing this super sub role, and I think he's kind of flourishing in it. He had a chance late in the second half where he could have scored but missed. Multiple. I like the setup, and I like Trossard on the left wing because he offers that consistency. He gives you something every single game, and I like that about him.
Yeah, I mean, you know how big of a fan I am of Trossard. I think the guy's absolutely outstanding. And I love the fact, again, the versatility that we have now. I mean, really 5 guys for 3 positions up front, with being Martinelli and Jesus being the ones on the bench today. Look back a couple of years ago, we were struggling to figure out who our front 3 are and trying to find 3 players that were good enough. Now we got 5 guys and struggling to figure out which one to start. As you said, it's a phenomenal problem to have for Arsenal and Arteta. So love the way Trossard stepped into the role.
And I just want to ask you guys, I want to end on this. Arsenal going to the last game of the season. We took it to the last day. That's all we could ask for. Do you think Arsenal will win this Premier League title?
Look, as an Arsenal fan, the answer is yes. Look, the reality is, how many times are you going to see the same movie expecting a different ending every time, right? The best part of being a sports fan is that you don't believe the definition of insanity is watching something over and over again expecting a different result. But that is the definition of insanity. And City haven't lost a game in any competition since December 6th. So it's unbelievable what they're doing. And the only thing I think Arsenal can take away from this is that every single game, and especially as a fan, we can't put off games in the beginning of the season. The only thing I'd look to is you look at some of the experiments that we had in the beginning of the season. If we don't win, the loss against Villa early on, Okay?
The draw against Fulham,
Yeah.
the loss against Fulham.
The draw against Fulham, where we didn't start Gabriel, where we were starting Thomas Partey as we started Thomas Partey in his inverted right back, Ben White as center back. Like, we were messing around. Havertz as a left center mid. That's the preseason. That's why we have preseason, to mess around with form and figure out what we're hitting the ground run with. So that's the only thing for me. If we don't win, I'm going to look back and go, we can't be messing around with form early in the season with experiments. Preseason, you hit the ground running with your best team and you go from there. And that's the only lesson to take away if we don't win.
You think we're going to win the Premier League title, yes or no?
It's the hope that kills you. And honestly, I'll ride with Arsenal until we're mathematically eliminated from the possibility. So, yeah, we're going to win it. I think Spurs got something for us. I hope Spurs got something for us. And then it'll be a glorious last day next Sunday against Everton. We're going to bang in a few goals, and then we'll see what happens, you know?
I'll say one last thing here. What a ridiculous franchise and their fans Spurs are. I saw so many comments online that they would rather lose to cost Arsenal the league than finish top four. If you rather see your own team lose to cost yourself Champions League than see your rival, you just are not a fan of your own team. You need to get better fans. And honestly, as Anj said a couple times, which I actually really like, he's like, we're not taking guys for Champions League, we're taking guys for Spurs. Well, clearly, they don't have fans that are supporting their own team right now.
That's the thing about Tottenham. I think some of their fans hate Arsenal more than they love Tottenham. You guys have the opportunity to make Champions League if you beat City and then get a result in your last game of the season. Go do that. Win all your games. That's what you're supposed to do as a Premier League club. You have the gumption. You want to go ahead and win trophies, right? Winning trophies requires you to be in those competitions in the first place. In order to get into those competitions, you got to win. Don't worry about what we're doing. We're focused on us.
It's on us.
So that's one last question here for you. Okay, who's your Premier League player of the season, and which players were robbed of not being in that? Because I thought Haaland being in that was an absolute joke.
Like you said, I want to touch on that quickly. I made a video on it. I think majority vote. My prediction would be if Arsenal do win the Premier League and one of our players has to be Premier League Player of the Year, I think it will definitely go to Declan Rice. Just for the mere fact he's been consistent, he's had stand-up goals, he's improved his game, he's signed for 100 million, and I just think the narrative around him is absolutely spectacular. But William Saliba, for me, outstanding game after game after game. He goes sometimes unseen, sometimes goes unnoticed, but today again another outstanding performance. Bukayo Saka as well, how he went from having a better season this year than last year and not even being in the conversation.
How about Rodri too? How is Rodri? How is Rodri? He's clearly the heart and soul of City. How the hell is he not
Manchester City?
Yep, so those would be my guys. But I think personally, if it was gonna go to anyone realistically, it might be Declan Rice for Player of the Year.
Can I answer that question very quickly? How in the world is Gabriel Magalhaes continuing to fly under the radar week in, week out, season in, season out? He's been part of the absolute spine for Arsenal. We've conceded the least goals in the league. We've held shutouts against City at the Etihad, which is unprecedented. They'd scored both times. Yeah, both times. City did not score against us all year this season. In addition to that, City had also scored 58 games in a row, something like that, before playing us at the Etihad at the end of March. And we stopped that. But Gabriel Magalhaes gets no respect, and it's maddening. He should be in the conversation for the Player of the Year, and I feel like everyone looks at the guys who get hat tricks that are useless because your team isn't really, up to snuff or anything. So they'll have the Cole Palmers in there and the Fodens, even though I think Foden's a fantastic player himself. But
it's all a stat scheme for people.
Yeah, Magalhaes has to be in there. It makes no sense that he's been able to skate by so many times.
Thank you guys for watching. It's been another great conversation on the Big Steph channel. I'll catch you guys on the next one.
Come on, you Gunners.
Come on. Yo, I appreciate you guys. Yo.